We are the Institute for Intuitive Intelligence, revolutionizing intuition by training spiritually fierce women globally as qualified intuitive guides. Subscribe for the leading research and teachings on the conversation of intuition development.
You beloveds, I am just, there we go, that's all right. Can you see me? I can see you because I have new glasses, so I'm going live to talk about my new glasses. Not really at all. I am doing an impromptu live. I do have new glasses. I'm very excited about them. They're quite bold, but the young man in the store assured me I could pull them off. But no, what is the true function of this live? Not just to share my new specs, but I'm feeling a little gobsmacked right now. I've just had some information come my way, which I'll share more about soon, which is just leaving me feeling like, whoa, like this stuff works, my friends, my beautiful community. I teach intuition. I teach intuition beyond the trinkets and superstitions of the new age. I teach intuition as a living, breathing, fully embodied state of being and not something we drop in and out of. And even though I teach it and I live it all the time, I still require of myself that I, have to keep trusting. I have to dig deeper. I have to keep digging deeper. Like there's no end point of this journey. But today in this news that I've just received, which is really just about the schooling arrangements for my son, which is, if you know anything about my story, my son is an amazing young man, but he has neurodiversity, and finding the right learning environment for him has been challenging all of his life. And anyway, I have been living on a bit of blind faith lately, really, really way out of my comfort zone. Lots and lots of change, and feeling that I've really made some decisions that are really, really huge, and I've had to do it whilst really sitting in that space of, whoa, is this my intuition leading me? Am I in the right place? And feeling so deeply that I am, but without knowing with any kind of certainty. And we call this blind faith for a reason, right? I trust my intuition. I work my ass off to keep myself as the purest possible vessel to receive my intuitive intelligence and to live from that space. But even for me, my darlings, there are times where I'm like, okay, is this where I am being called to go? Because it feels so big and life altering. And what I teach and what I know to be true is that even in that space of like, whoa, I'm out of my comfort zone, I can feel my fear rising, the ego likes familiarity, this feels scary and dangerous, I can feel this deep, deep anchor of certainty, which is what a turned on embodied intuitive intelligence feels like. So even though it feels like blind faith, and even though I'm stepping so far into the unknown and my life is changing in so many ways, I can be certain of that relationship that I have with my intuition, because I practice and I work it and I keep myself really connected to it. So anyway, what we know when we're living from this place is that we have to be willing to follow it, even when we don't know where it's going to lead us. Even if we're not sure, we just keep following that intuitive knowing, because that is the God voice. And even if our human self is like freaking out, or it feels, for me, it's often felt in the last few months like the decisions that need to be made are ahead of time, if you know what I mean. As in, I'm having to make decisions before I feel 100% like, okay, I'm ready for this now. And I realize that is often the way for me when really amazing changes are coming, is that I'm, as I say, out of my comfort zone, because my ego doesn't know where it's going. So therefore it says danger, danger, danger. But actually, when we're living in that relationship, in right relationship, we can be out of our comfort zone and still have confirmation that we're going the right way. And that confirmation may not come anytime soon, or, you may not be able to get an immediate sense of, oh, okay, thank goodness I made the right choice. There are no wrong choices, as I also teach my beloved students, of course, if you're making a choice from love. And that's really what living from intuitive intelligence is am I willing to sit with the discomfort of the fear of the unknown and follow that deeper anchor, that truth of love? And I have been, and I've been really freaking proud of myself. And really not only making choices that I know are deeply intuitive, but making those choices when they're not popular with other people around me, and feeling, okay, can I keep the faith? Can I stay true to this voice, even though it feels scary as hell? especially when people are disapproving. And so today I got one of those glorious moments that you don't have to have, but when they come, you sure as shit want to celebrate them, of confirmation. As I said, in regards to my son and his schooling, it's the choices that I've made have now brought this miracle into existence. And if I hadn't made those choices and made some really big decisions, some really hard decisions lately, this opportunity for my son wouldn't have been there. And now it is. And I was literally talking to the principal of this school this morning in tears, just with this huge sense of relief and Grace, if you have had a child who struggled with school for any reason, or you have a neurodiverse child, a child with an intellectual disability, or any other, learning differences, it's a huge thing to know how to navigate the world with them and for them. And everything is, there's all the challenges that you have when trying to find a place for your child in the world are there, but they're multiplied. And yeah, I think you can tell by my energy that I am feeling all the good feelings right now, and just really humbled by that evidence, that miracle, which is really just what a miracle is, that beautiful confirmation. So I guess I just wanted to share that and just say, if you are in that space right now where you feel like you're being called by your intuitive knowing to places that scare you, to choices that you are afraid to make, then please be bold. Make bold leaps in faith, as Florence Scovel-Shinn tells us. Because the universe responds to bold action. And really, for us to know that if we're hedging our bets, if we're sitting in our comfort zone, if we're waiting for the map of how it's all going to unfold to appear before us before we take the action, we cannot get the next download. You literally can't sit at the beginning of the journey waiting for the full map. You have to demonstrate your faith by making those leaps and being unafraid to do so. So I'm feeling, just so much gratitude and really just, I guess I want to share this because, it's not like going on this path makes life less challenging, less scary. It's, our spirituality, our intuition development is not a way to avoid ever having to step into that unknown and to not have clarity. It's simply that when you practice and you deepen into that space and you work the muscle of your intuition and you're willing to be fierce in committing to that, even when it's difficult, you will find that life unfolds in a way that means that you are not in that doubt. You are sitting in it. Okay, I don't know where this is going. I am literally placing my life in your hands, dear God, or infinite consciousness. So I have that sense of absolute, I trust God. I have it written on my arm for a reason, because whenever I go into fear about the future, it is usually because I've forgotten to trust God. And so I just want to share this miracle with you, and I will share more specific details as they come to pass, but just to invite you all to sit with the discomfort of change, of the unknown, is not the information that you're doing something wrong. Okay, so sometimes your intuitive knowing will guide you to make decisions, as I've said, that will feel scary as hell, and that doesn't mean they're wrong. I remember a few years ago a friend shared with me that they'd been offered a job opportunity, and it was going to mean a big change of country, and lots of great benefits and opportunities to progress their career, but it would mean a lot of change personally. And it was really interesting. I saw this person wrestle with that decision for quite some time, and then eventually they made the choice not to take this amazing new job and to stay in the known. And I remember she said to me, it just feels comfortable. It just feels right. And that rightness, that comfort is really good indication. If you get a sense of relief, if you're on the precipice of something that could be an amazing change for you, often that sense of relief when you choose not to go forward isn't that you've made the right choice, it's you've made the comfortable choice. You've made the choice that keeps your ego and your sense of current identity safe. Now, that's not always the case, but when you're working the muscle of your intuition and you're actually giving yourself the opportunity to get really intimate with your intuitive intelligence, you'll know the difference. That sense of relief we'll often take as a sign that we made the right choice. But I really want you to know that it can actually be the sign that you've made the comfortable choice. And it's really important that we train ourselves to know the difference with that. So that is what I wanted to share with you today. I am just so full of gratitude for, this confirmation of some really big choices that I've been making right now, and to share that with you, because I think it's an aspect of our intuition that we can often get confused around. So thank you for joining me in my impromptu little live, and so much love to you all on this glorious day.